Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about the things we love like gaming, shows, and anime. Dragon Ball Super has given us lots of surprises whether they're good or bad, but one of those surprises was making Gohan a complete wimp. In Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, he was still somewhat strong as he did not mention at all whether he thinks he could become a Super Saiyan or not. But once he became a father, he completely ignored his training, which he already was doing, and lost all respect from all fans. I think it's time we look back at the moments when he used to kick ass, when he never cared whether he was ever strong enough to face an opponent or not. But before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to Hungry Brain 2, Raven Gamer God, Leegi Perk, Spawn of Gygas, and Kells707 Gaming. Thank you everyone for enjoying the content and showing the support. I hope you're ready to see some great Gohan moments, cause here we go. Number 10, Gohan attacks Raditz. Raditz may have been the first threat in the DBZ series, but he was still a whole lot more powerful than Goku and Piccolo, forcing both rivals to join forces and try to take him down. But even after what happened by the end of the fight, we were all surprised to see what Gohan was capable of. Gohan was not a fighter, he was still far too young to defend himself, yet he was able to bust out of the space pod, charge at Raditz, and not only land a hit but break through the Saiyan armor. This was the moment Piccolo saw the potential Gohan had, which leads us to number 9, Gohan's training with Piccolo. When Goku died, Piccolo took immediate action and took Gohan away to begin his training, and hopefully be ready to take on the Saiyans that were headed towards Earth. I know we all felt sorry for Gohan because at this point he was told that his father just died, he will not be going home for a very long time, he will be learning to survive out in the wilderness by himself. Oh, and not to cry and complain because his fate was the same growing up for Piccolo. After going through many dangers, Gohan managed to survive on his own and even spar with Piccolo. Piccolo wasn't the type who would go easy, so you know his training was intense. Number 8, Gohan vs Vegeta and Nappa. As you remember in the Saiyan Saga, Nappa dominated the fight against the Z Fighters, killing one at a time. And Gohan was scared shitless, no doubt about that, but he faced his fears and fought by Piccolo and Krillin's side. Even after Piccolo's defeat, Gohan gave it all he had to try and defeat Nappa with his strongest attack, but sadly that didn't do a thing. Nappa was an overpowering opponent to Gohan, but after Goku dealt with him, Vegeta took Goku down and Gohan had to step back up and distract Vegeta while Krillin and Goku worked on the Spirit Bomb. This kid became the real hero. Not to mention that even after all that, he still makes himself useful and transforms into a giant ape. And you wonder why there are so many pissed off Gohan fans out there after comparing this Gohan with the one nowadays. Number 7, Gohan vs Garlic Jr. I never liked the villain Garlic Jr. To me it looked like Pilaf, and when he transformed it looked like Pilaf took Bane's venom. So when he reappeared after the destruction of Planet Namek, I was so disappointed with seeing this would be the next villain after the almighty Frieza. So when Gohan did us all the favor and got rid of him and his Spice Girl band, I was relieved. Glad to know it's over. Other than that, Gohan defended Earth without the help of Goku, and that's a big deal considering the fact that he always needed the help of being rescued by Goku and Piccolo. But I guess as long as Piccolo is around, you can guarantee that Gohan could still be alive. Number 6, Gohan vs Bojack. Bojack was one of the toughest villains in the series. His power level is unknown, but very similar to Super Perfect Cell's power level. Whether he's stronger than Cell or not, he had a crew of fighters that were just as strong as a Super Saiyan, and with no Goku, it was up to Gohan to save the day. Gohan did receive all the help he could get from all the Z Fighters, and just like before, he needed to transform into Super Saiyan 2 form, which shouldn't have been a problem to him as he clearly demonstrated that he can activate it right away as shown after Cell came back after Goku's sacrifice. Lucky for him, he does this and wipes the floor with Bojack's crew and finally finishes him off for good. Number 5, Gohan vs Super Buu. This had to be Gohan's final moment of being the hero. Gohan finally got all his hidden potential unlocked and he no longer needed to go Super Saiyan to increase his power. Something that would truly bother the shit out of a lot of fans for the longest time. Anyways, he luckily arrived just in time to tag in and take on Super Buu. Gotenks was very strong, but even he couldn't eliminate Super Buu. So just how strong was Gohan? According to power levels, his power level was over 32 billion. Can you imagine that? That look on your face after seeing how Gohan is in Dragon Ball Super! Number 4, Gohan kills all Cell Juniors. This was my personal favorite one. Gohan finally became a Super Saiyan 2 after seeing Android 16 disappear, and we got more than what we were expecting from him. Gohan showed no mercy and completely went all out to take them out with one swift hit. Or maybe he wasn't even going all out and yet they explode. This is what I loved about Gohan in Super Saiyan 2. You never knew how strong he was. Maybe he can defeat his opponent by using his strongest attack, or maybe he could just give you the death stare and make you implode out of nowhere. Here, the Cell Juniors looked as if they stood a chance an episode ago. But school was out, and these kids were dismissed. Number 3, Gohan vs. Broly. As we all remember, Broly was the most powerful opponent Goku and the Z Fighters had ever encountered. Yet this beast survived the fight and went to planet Earth in hopes of getting his revenge. Goku was dead at the time, so it was up to Gohan, Goten, and Trunks to take on Broly. Goten and Trunks had given it their best, but they couldn't even deal any damage to Broly in his regular Super Saiyan form. Gohan was able to keep up with Broly, but as soon as Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, Broly must have sensed his power level increase and knew that he had to go into his legendary Super Saiyan form. I was surprised that Broly could handle Gohan in his Super Saiyan 2 form, but what's more surprising is that Gohan was able to injure Broly because, as you remember, the last time they fought, nobody could leave a scratch on Broly, and yet, here we may see Gohan brutally beaten, but Broly does have lots of injuries as well. Number 2, Gohan kills Frieza. Who could ever forget the moment that Gohan took out Frieza with just a single punch? Possibly the most epic moment in DBZ history. I remember when I first saw this part in the movie, I was expecting to see a fight, but instead of feeling disappointed, I thought it was the coolest shit I've seen in the anime. Maybe Gohan can pull up one of these moments in Dragon Ball Super. He could be at his conference where all the smart asses in the office make fun of him. He just walks up to the leader of the bunch and just straight up BAM! Punches that guy in the fucking stomach, exploding his intestines all over everyone's nice suits. Yeah, that's Gohan for you. He's gonna come out of that cocoon and say he still got it. I'm just hoping this happens again. Number 1, Gohan vs. Cell. The fight between Gohan vs. Cell was an incredible fight that started off a bit slow but eventually picked up and became one of the best fights in the series with a killer end. The best part just had to be that beam struggle at the end. It was so exciting, and seeing Gohan use just one hand with Goku's spirit by his side lending his help somehow. Not sure how that happened, but the rest of the Z Fighters attacking Cell from behind, I mean, this was intense. You can't say that Cell went out like a little bitch after seeing everything he was fighting all in the middle of a beam struggle. But this wasn't his outcome. It was Gohan's, and he managed to kill Cell, the one who killed his father, giving us a satisfying ending. And that's it for the top 10 list. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, put a thumbs up. And if there are any other videos you would love to request, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you want a shout out, a video request, or you want to ask me a question, I strongly recommend you post it on my Facebook page or Twitter. And if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as it really helps me out a lot. And I'll be sure to let you know when I post up more videos. This is Score saying have an awesome day.